Every month at GameRanks, we sort through all the mess in the mobile field and find you the best games to play. I'm Falcon. Today on GameRanks, the 10 best free iOS and Android games of August 2017. Now, as a quick disclaimer, these are free games, of course. We already did the paid list for this month, and we'd also highly recommend watching that. Number 10 is Nobleman 1896. Nobleman is a steampunk cover shooter taking place during the Civil War, and I'll say it doesn't revolutionize any of the specific types of gameplay it gives you, but the thing is it gives you quite a few different types of gameplay and it does it competently. Its main draw is its cover shooting and slightly QTE-oriented melee battle, but it also gives you a fairly robust planning platform as well as some base building elements as well. This is a fairly unique game, and there have been some people I've seen that have given it a little bit of crap, but if I'm honest, I totally disagree with it. This is a fun game. It's not perfect, and oh my god does it eat right through your battery, but the developers have said they are working on solutions for that, so give it a shot. Number 9 is Smashy Duo, a game where you kinda play tennis against hordes of monsters. Yep, I know that sounds really weird, but it's exactly how to describe it as far as I'm concerned. The gameplay is very simple to explain. There's two sides of the screen, left and right, and you have two heroes who are attempting to, well, stop the zombies. If you're looking for depth, I think a gamey game probably isn't the place to stop. But if you're looking for a fun game that is actually very replayable and just immediately has a concept that's understandable and works incredibly well and also is a lot of fun, Smashy Duo is exactly what you're looking for. Number 8 is Silly Walks, a game where you control, well, at first a pineapple, but you can control up to 10 characters. Noodles, a cupcake, hot dog, really doesn't matter. They all walk silly. And no, it's not related to Monty Python in any way. It's a goofy environmental puzzle game that you can sense a tiny bit of influence from Katamari Damacy in, but definitely walks on its own 2 feet. Pardon the pun. Number 7 is Rystar, an absolutely classic Sega Genesis title brought here to the mobile platforms. Rystar is kind of a convergence of 1990s things. It's like Sonic the Hedgehog meets Stretch Armstrong meets space-themed things. It's a fantastical environment, and frankly, it is a platformer that there are few in the caliber of. It is a fantastic game in which one takes control of the titular character and uses his stretchy arms to make it through a variety of different obstacles. And like other Sega Genesis games, it has an awesome soundtrack. It's free, there's no reason not to play it, especially if you haven't. Number 6 is Nitro Chimp Grand Prix, which is in every way a very well working one-finger racing experience. You swipe to go between lanes, so it's not exactly something entirely unfamiliar. In fact, I think there's quite a few different players that will feel totally at home with this one. You win by boosting and stunting, and through various combat-oriented means, and being there is combat, there is also multiplayer. It's actually a really interesting multiplayer that attempts to take the play patterns of a player and simulate them. So in theory, you can quote-unquote play against them at any time. It's not perfect multiplayer, but at least it is interesting. The game has tons to enjoy. It's fast-paced, it's colorful, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. Number 5 is Road Warriors, a side-scrolling, combat-based racing game that I can't even explain to you how enjoyable it is. This is everything I would want out of what I just described. And it's not something that before I played this I thought needed in my life or anything like that, but this is one of those games that is going to surprise you. It doesn't look complex, it doesn't feel like something totally new, and yet it's so fluid and enjoyable. It's fun as hell, and it's going to consume you. Number 4 is War Wings, a dogfighting game that is way more than you expect. It's 4 versus 4 PvP dogfighting, and there is absolutely a reason Unity gave this a quote-unquote Golden Cube Best Game Award. Basically everything you could ask for out of a mobile dogfighting multiplayer game set in World War II era, it's here. And in all seriousness, this is such a fun game to play. It always feels fair, it never screws you, it's very fluid, and most of all, it feels chaotic in the way a dogfight should, without being so chaotic you get lost. Seriously, if this sounds even vaguely like it's something you'd enjoy, you will enjoy it. Number 3 is Combat Squad, a first-person shooter that manages to set itself apart from a very large amount of other first-person shooters on the mobile platform by actually having a good control scheme. Yes, somebody did it. It does a few minor things, but the major thing that it does that really makes it helpful is allow allowing you to turn on and off auto firing on the fly. It's part of the gameplay, and that really, really works. Anyway, if you're wondering where it's geared towards, the studio is founded by some people who worked on Counter-Strike, and pretty much at all times this is gonna remind you of that, at least on some level. Fortunately, that is not a bad thing, that is a good thing, and I think Combat Squad is at least worth a whirl for you. Number 2 is Titanfall Assault, which manages to be a Clash Royale clone as well as something altogether different. I would say this has got more layers of strategy than Clash Royale, and also manages not to... The game is obviously built around deck building because that is Clash Royale, but the way movement and maneuvering is handled is just, it's on another level. It's not to say that Clash Royale is bad in any way. I play Clash Royale every day. I love the hell out of the game, but it's nice to have something that feels different enough and yet similar that it actually feels like a progression of the genre. Serious kudos goes to Titanfall Assault. And finally, number 1 is Super Phantom Cat 2, which is absolutely just a gorgeous platformer. It is pretty much a traditional platformer, however, it is crafted with so much love, it can't help but set itself apart from a lot of other mobile platformers, in that it has not only just a unique look to it, but uses a lot of gaming tropes to its own advantage, and manages to make the genre feel fresh. That being said, if you're looking for something innovative, you're probably not going to find it here. What you're getting when you download Super Phantom Cat 2 is just a really, really good platformer that happens to look gorgeous as well. And if you're anything like me, that's not really something to scoff at. It's a good game. And so is the original, in case you beat this and then feel like you need to play more of it. A quick bonus game for you, Spin Addict is a game that, as a runner, manages to give you an interesting perspective on it with some beautiful graphics and interesting mechanics that actually do challenge your preconceived notions on the genre. Did you follow any of our recommendations? What did you think? What were your favorite games this month on the mobile platforms? Leave us a comment, let us know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, and if you're not subscribed, now would be a good time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week, and the best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription. As always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at FalconTheHero, and we'll see you next time right here on GameRanks.